Hi everyone, hope you're having a great summer. Coming to you from the beach. Sunny, sunny and cloudy at the same time. So I wanted to briefly talk about the Apple iVisions Pro. Have you seen the ad for this to come out yet? I think this is going to be an industry disruptor. You remember when the first iPhone came out? I think it's going to be very similar to that. The price tag they're putting on this is $3,500. Where I think it's going to be very cool is supposedly for basketball games and football games, you could buy, say, an online ticket to be courtside, and then you have these goggles on, and it looks like you're courtside watching it in 3D. I think that's one of the big possibilities. But this isn't supposed to come out until after this Christmas, so 2024. And I can see it as far as like medicine and healthcare because supposedly you can put these goggles on and be able to see through them and then have artificial intelligence, augmented reality in front of you. So wouldn't that be a game changer for wound dressing, treating burns, minor surgery, even major surgery really, because it's also eye protection wear as well. I just think this is this is going to disrupt things and it's going to be funny, but next year we're going to see people walking around with goggles on or not because they're $3,500. I don't think this is something that is available to everybody. Maybe with um, people with extra money to burn. However, they say that this is also a computer because you don't need a phone, you don't need a laptop. All the computing power and technology is in the eyewear or the goggles themselves. And they're calling it like spatial computing. So if you haven't seen what I'm talking about, if you go to the apple.com website and you can watch the small movie where they talk about this, I think that's where it's going to be a total disruptor. Other things that you can do, which is really cool because it has a lot of cameras on the lens, so you can literally take a 3D movie of, say, a wedding or your child's birthday party or a graduation, like a really important family event. And then when you're at home, say 10 years later, you put your goggles on and you can watch this 3D event live. Well, not live, but as if you were there, because the goggles have lenses all around it. So that to me is another game changer where you can and you can make the screen as big as you want around you, like kind of like a panoramic view around you, so you feel like you're actually in the scene. I just think that that is something we've never before seen in our lifetimes. And I also think where Chat GPT is going, the artificial intelligence, if they develop a compatible app, so when you're, and they're calling it Vision iOS, so it's not going to be the iOS that runs your laptop or your iPhone. It's a completely different operating system. And because it's not coming out until next December, that's giving software developers time to release apps and programs to run with it. So say ChatGPT creates an app to run with it, you could be traveling to a new city or a new town, and then you can ask your little Chat GPT app. And by the way, when you open an app, you just do it with your eyes, and then you just pinch to open the app. Like you're just like walking around pinching in the air. But then you could ask just like, okay, show me, the 10 best restaurants near me that are vegan and gluten free. And then you could see all these images pop up in maps while you're walking and be able to see through the goggles at the same time. I think there's so many other utilizations to this that Apple's not talking about yet because, again, they're not developing the software. They're doing the hardware. There's some apps, of course, that they've changed over, but this also opens the industry to anyone that's in photography, videography. They already film events or, they edit photos, they create content, things like that. Opens a whole nother field for them. So imagine if you can't go to a concert or a basketball game, that you could buy a ticket online, put the goggles on, and feel like you're there because supposedly the sound is spatial, like all around you, and you can make the screen as big as you want, and it would be in 3D, so it would be an immersive experience. I know a long time ago I had bought the Oculus glasses, and they were really uncomfortable on the head. They pressed too hard on the face, and it was different because you felt like you were in a movie theater. It was kind of an immersive experience. But I don't know, after a while it was heavy, uncomfortable on the head. You really couldn't see what was going on around you. Supposedly, these new goggles are also heavy, but because you can see through them, you're still seeing what's going on around you. And apparently, people looking at you can see your eyes, but it's a video image of your eyes. It's the cameras on the inside of the lenses are videotaping your eyes and where they're looking and showing that display to the outer world. Really, really, just really totally different. But I wanted to I wanted to come on and say, if you haven't, if you want to be in the know this summer, so if you haven't checked it out, go to the Apple website and watch this film, and comment below how you think this could change your life. I think even, not that I would wear them to the grocery store, and I honestly don't even know if I'm going to get them yet. It depends, because that is, well, then again, it costs as much as a computer. If you get a really nice computer, $3,500 makes sense, because this is a computer, a phone, a video camera, a camera all in one on your face, a GPS monitor, and possibly a way to experience shows in venues that you wouldn't have been able to experience before like that. So I'd be really curious what you all think you would use it for. I know my husband was like, oh, I could see people driving and wearing that and getting in car accidents. Oh, here comes a plane. It's going to be really loud. Can't see the plane. But I think now, as it is, people already use cell phones while they're driving, and they have their head down, they're looking. I'm hoping people don't wear these driving, but at least if they have the goggles on, they could see through and they can see where they're driving without having their head down, or their phone drops and they're bending down to get their phone. I remember hearing stories of people bending down on their cell phones and walking off a cliff. I mean, that happens anyway with phones. I think with goggles, at least if you can see through them and keeping your head up and looking straight ahead, that might be a little bit more safe. I don't know. I just think the big disruptor would be maybe even if you're in a class. I can't imagine people wearing this in class. They probably won't let it. But if you're in class, or say you're, walking through a museum, and then you can open your AI app, ChatGPT, and ask, who made this painting, and it can see what you're looking at, and then it can give you the history of the artist, or even give a 3D rendering of the artist working on the object. I don't know. I think the sky is the limit, and we haven't even scratched the surface. But I just wanted to come on and talk about this, because I think this summer, this is new technology that everyone's talking about, and I don't know, just want to hear what you think about it. Hope you're having a great summer. See you on the next one.